I'm Elizabeth Hill Newman. I was born November 8th, 1985 in Atlanta, Georgia. I was blessed to have some of the best known coaches in swimming. So I swam under Pete Higgins, Ed Spencer, Jack Bowerly, the whole gang at Georgia. They all taught me to be really proud of what I have accomplished and have a lot of confidence in what I do, which is certainly something I still try to hold on to. And then they all always praise swimmers that the term someone I would want to be in the foxhole with. And I think that approach, it's the type of person who would swim the fastest time on a relay, not individually, because they are all about the team. And they always praise people like that. And I think that's something I still try to surround myself with, people who are like that, and try to be that type of person where I want to do everything for the team. And I apply that in my work environment today still. So certainly they are always in the back of my head. Just no longer have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. So it was never really a record chaser. For me, it was always about winning. I wanted to win the swim meet from a team's perspective and an individual standpoint. But there were certainly a few that come to mind individually. When I broke the Pan American record, the 400 free, that was just. I didn't even know, and I didn't know who the person I was who broke the record, and then I got interviewed afterwards and made some weird comment about, it's a great to be mentioned in the same name sentence as this individual. But, I think the cool thing about it was more for that record, it was Elizabeth that broke it, but it was Team USA. And I don't know, there's just always been something about having a swim cap that said, had the American flag on it that really meant a lot to me. And then, great team memories, national championships at Georgia. In high school, you learn how to really care about the team too. We won all 4 years at Westminster, growing up in high school state swimming. So all of those are great memories that I have and accomplishments I'm really proud of. Obviously the team accomplishments that we have, but a lot of specific races come to mind. One in particular was actually when I was quite young. It was when I was trying to get my cut for trials, try to get that time standard. And the reason it was important to me was my brother was there at the meet, and we didn't always, he was older than I was, but so we never really were always at the same meets together. But he was at that one, and I remember I was in the, swimmers take your mark, and as I was diving into the water, I just heard my brother yell this stupid phrase, which is, "Yeah, come on, giddy up." And the whole time during that race, I just felt like, he was swimming and watching me, and I could see him chasing, up and down the pool, cheering for me, and I think I really just focused in on that, and that was a great memory. So my sophomore year at college through my senior year, I was challenged with shoulder injuries, common with swimmers, and I think that it was my coaches really that reminded me that the whole time I've always been about the team. And if you aren't going to contribute in that capacity day in and day out, then how are you going to contribute to the team? And so that took a lot of, self-reflection and self-motivation that I had to kind of figure out what was I going to contribute then. And that drove me. So, it was a lot of long days in the pool just by myself, vertical kicking while everyone else is training on the side, or I'm going to go get on the treadmill for an hour while everyone else is in the water. So it was tough because I was always so used to being around everyone. But again, having coaches that remind me why I was doing this sport and what was really important to me completely pushed me through. In senior year, I was captain and co-captain with the team, and that was the whole motivation. I kept trying to remind everyone else too. It's bigger than you. So it's kind of interesting growing up swimming, and then you go to a big program like Georgia, or you start joining these national teams because you have these competitors that you kind of hate, right? And then you end up becoming best friends with them when you actually meet them as individuals. So I definitely had a few, that stick out. I think the competitive factor, though, was always in all of us. And I wouldn't consider her a real rival because she was way better than I was. But I do have a good memory of when I was swimming at nationals one year, and my timer wished the girl next to me, Lindsay Benko, who was a well-known swimmer, good luck, and he didn't wish me good luck. And I remember diving in, and the whole race, I was just kept thinking, like, why wouldn't you wish me good luck? And I was so mad at her, and I chased her down, and I ended up making like this national team and all of this stuff. So even if it wasn't like a direct rivalry, I always kind of had a grudge against her, but I found a way to channel that into success. I'm in account management and advertising. So I think motivation around hard work gets you results, is what swimming taught me, and applying that same logic in my career. So when I walk into a meeting with a client, that I know, I'm completely prepared for it and I've done what I need to do. And then it's also, going back to looking at what my coaches always praise for great individuals, or the type of person I want to be in the foxhole with, the person you can trust. And I really look for those types of employees when I'm hiring team members. It's the same philosophy, and I consider my team, the business I work at, the team that I'm on, and I kind of have that mental approach to it as well. So, when we get a client request, it's all right, team, let's do this together, let's rally, and then I look for people that I can trust them, and my boss, I have complete faith and confidence in, and I really treat him kind of like my coach. So I have to listen to what he has to say and push back when I need to push back, but know that he's pushing me in the right direction. And so that coachable mentality, I think, absolutely helps in the workplace as well. So my teammates will actually all know this to be true, and my family knows this to be true, but in the larger scheme of things, I don't really publicly talk about it, that I probably can sleep more than anyone in the entire world. And I think that might be of years of not getting any sleep from swimming, because those 4:30 workouts that you had all the time. But I can sleep anywhere as well. So even this morning I was at the airport and I took a little nap there. If I'm in a car, I fall asleep immediately. So maybe not something to be proud of, but it's certainly a little fact about me.